other than one of them and do everything they can to score political points from it.
Those comments were made during Monday night's opening monologue of Jimmy Kimmel Live. 2 days later, Jimmy Kimmel seen with his head down wearing a black hat leaving the Hollywood theater following ABC's announcement that his late night show had been indefinitely suspended.
And for this, he is being canceled and he is being threatened.
Protesters gathered outside quickly denouncing the move. The fallout coming after the FCC threatened action against the network and after KTLA's parent company Nexstar Media Group also announced it would be pulling Kimmel from its ABC affiliates over the remarks some deemed heavily partisan. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, a Trump appointee, indicating on The Benny Show that their broadcast license was at risk.
In what appears to be an action by Jimmy Kimmel to play into that narrative that this was somehow a MAGA or Republican motivated person. They have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest.
Reaction now coming from both sides of the political aisle, including President Donald Trump, who has been repeatedly critical of Kimmel and other late-night hosts on social media. After Stephen Colbert was fired from CBS Late Night over the summer, Kimmel took a jab at Trump on his show, joking that the president was after him.
He posted, the word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late-night sweepstakes.
Tonight, Trump posted this on Truth Social. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Trump goes on to say that the hosts over at NBC are next. California Governor Gavin Newsom calling the move a threat to free speech, saying on X, firing commentators, canceling shows, these aren't coincidences. It's coordinated and dangerous. The GOP does not believe in free speech. They're censoring you in real time. So is Jimmy Kimmel Live canceled for good?
My guess, just a guess, mind you, I'm not Bob Iger, is that Disney wants to cool things out, see what the temperature is like, and then proceed as needs dictate.
And tonight, it's unclear how long this suspension will last. In the meantime, we are hearing from several unions, including SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild of America, saying that they will stand with Jimmy Kimmel and his writers. That's the latest tonight from Hollywood. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
Thank you, Carlos. Now to breaking news in Pacoima, where a shooting investigation is underway.
Gil Avis is overhead in Sky 5. Gil.
Sharon, Micah, you're looking at some officers from the LAPD Foothill Division here. This is at Laurel Canyon and just south of Osborne here in the Food 4 Less parking lot. That's where the shooting occurred just after 9 o'clock tonight. As you see, crime scene tape is in the parking lot here. As I zoom in, you'll see some evidence markers, quite a few of them there on the ground. But let's go to some video that was shot on the ground shortly after the shooting happened. Now, again, we understand at least one person was shot here and transported to a local hospital. That person's condition is unknown. I can tell you, though, that it's a very busy area of Laurel Canyon with a lot of food vendors here along the sidewalk here. So there was quite a few people that witnessed the shooting. Again, we're waiting word on exactly what the cause of the shooting was and the person involved in the shooting, as well as the suspect or suspects that are wanted by the LAPD at this point. But the investigation continues at this hour in this Food 4 Less parking lot off of Laurel Canyon. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Gil, thank you. Now let's go over to meteorologist Vera Jimenez. She's got a look at the Doppler, and boy, oh boy, it's active.
It certainly is, but take a look. This is a 15-minute loop of what we have going on right now. We've got a big plume of moisture moving towards Southern California, and at this point, most of the activity that is falling and happening is right over the Pacific Ocean. We do have some to the east, primarily closer to Palm Springs, and then south of there for San Diego County. As we zoom in, you can see that this is mainly going to be light showers, and if they're falling, they're probably not going to make it to the ground. By the time we get to Friday, however, after tomorrow's rain and lingering showers into Friday, that's 5:10 in the morning on Friday. We'll continue to ramp up that clock, and you can see that in some areas we could get as much as an inch of rain. We also have a flood watch that is going to be widespread, and that's because we are all going to see the possibility of heavy rain at times, and that means that we could see up to 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain per hour. And that's why we have the flood watch in effect until Friday at 2 a.m. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast coming up shortly. Back to you guys for now.
Thank you, Vera. You can keep track of conditions in your neighborhood with our interactive radar. Just head to ktla.com/weather for the latest forecasts and alerts.
A Tesla registered to a popular singer was hiding a secret in its trunk. For the family of a missing teen in Lake Elsinore, the mystery has a heartbreaking end. The victim, now identified as Celeste Rivas, who vanished last year. Investigators still don't know how the teen died or why she ended up in the trunk of a car linked to the singer known as David.
KTLA Sandra Mitchell is live outside the tow yard in Hollywood with more on the new developments tonight. Sandra?
Yes, Micah, some big new developments. The singer had a concert in Seattle tonight. That was canceled. It was his Tesla found at this Hollywood tow yard. And tonight it appears there are more links between the singer, David, and the victim. Human remains found in the trunk of a Tesla in Hollywood, now identified as a 15-year-old girl.
How is your family dealing with all of this?
Just grieving.
The brother of Celeste Rivas talking to KTLA today. It was the teen's mutilated body that was found in this car in a Hollywood tow yard last week. Neighbors in Lake Elsinore are stunned.
It's horrible. You know, she's really young. It's really sad.
Rivas was just 13 when she was reported missing in April 2024. Investigators say she had run away in the past, and the car where her body was found wrapped in plastic is registered to David Anthony Burke. He's a popular singer known as David, with millions of fans and followers. In one of his songs, David says he is obsessed with a girl named Celeste, the same name as the victim. His first hit song is called Romantic Homicide. And this photo reveals the singer has a tattoo reading shh on his right index finger. Well, last week, the LA County medical examiner said the victim had a shh tattoo on her right index finger.
She was my neighbor. She was just, it's kind of surreal seeing, you know, someone grow up and then just right before your eyes, they're gone.
So far, David has not publicly commented about the investigation, and his concert at the Greek Theater here in LA on Saturday night is still scheduled. David does have a high-powered celebrity attorney. I reached out to her earlier today, but so far I have not heard back. We're live tonight in Hollywood. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Sharon Micah, back to you.
Sandra, thank you. 3 police officers have been killed. 2 others are in critical but stable condition after being shot while trying to make an arrest in rural Pennsylvania. Investigators say the suspect was killed by authorities during the gunfight. The state police say the officers were on their way to arrest the suspect on stalking and criminal trespass charges. Sources say the shooter appeared to be lying in wait when the officers arrived.
New details are emerging about how the suspect accused of killing conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was taken into custody. Washington County, Utah Sheriff Nate Brooksby explained the shock he felt when a retired deputy called him to say he knew who shot Kirk. That call led to the arrest of Tyler Robinson, whom the sheriff said confessed to his parents and agreed to turn himself in. His parents knew that retired deputy and called him. Sheriff Brooksby describing Robinson's fears before he was detained.
He was fearful of a SWAT team hit on his house, or he was fearful of being shot by law enforcement. So part of the negotiation and getting him to bring himself in was that we would treat it as delicate and as soft as possible.